I love this. Mets give multiple surprising updates. The Mets are shaking things up with some major roster moves coming very soon. These returns will supercharge the lineup, the rotation, and the pen, and will fire up the fan base in a big way. Lots to pay attention to. We are not at the All-Star break yet, and there's plenty of time to get back into first place before then. I am Adam Choit, your host for today here on Mets Digest. And before we dig in on today's topic, I want to remind you guys quickly to please click subscribe because as you can see, nearly 70% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed. So please remember to do so. That is definitely appreciated for sure. So let's get into it. As you can see here, the Mets are 52-39. This is from Mets Bat Flip on X. And there are huge reinforcements coming very soon. Jesse Winker, Sean Manaea, Kodai Senga, and lefty reliever Brooks Raley are all making their way back. So let's dig in on this story. Mets ace Kodai Senga could rejoin the rotation against the Kansas City Royals next weekend in the final series before the All-Star break. A little over a month after straining his right hamstring, physically he feels fine, manager Carlos Mendoza said Sunday before the Mets concluded their three-game series against the Yankees. So we'll see how today, tomorrow, and how they go, and hopefully he's making a start for us next time. Mendoza also said Sean Manaea, who is slated to make his fifth rehab start and sixth overall appearance Tuesday, may start Sunday in Kansas City. The Mets have 13 pitchers on the injured list and entered Sunday with the fourth best rotation at 3.38. Senga was injured June 12th when he made a leaping catch while covering first base on a grounder. He is 7-3 with 1.47 ERA and 13 starts of the season for the Mets, whose starters had a Major League best 2.78 ERA at the time of his injury. That is from the Associated Press, and continuing on with them. The Mets lost 14 of 17 after Senga's injury, then won 4 straight with a patchwork rotation that included 2 openers and Justin Hagenman's first big league start. He's a big part of the team, this team, Mendoza said of Senga. He's a big part of the rotation. For us to be able to get him back quickly, it's big because we thought when he went down, in my head, it was more like after the All-Star break than for him to be in play for us now, before we go into the All-Star break, is huge for us. Manaea has been sidelined since spring training with a strained right oblique and had a rehab outing pushed back because of elbow discomfort to a bone chip. The left-hander received a cortisone shot and threw 60 pitches in 3 innings Wednesday for Binghamton and Hartford. That's definitely something to pay attention to, or actually not pay too close attention to the statistics and necessarily the result, because as I've talked about before, when these players who are veterans go on these rehab stints, it's not so much important always to look at the statistics and the results, but more like look at the health and the progress. How many pitches did the guys get? How many at-bats did they get? To see that sort of progress on the health side is definitely a good thing for the team. Let's dig into some more of these Mets on the trail back to the team. Well, before we do that, I wanted to look closer at what's coming back for the Mets soon because, as you can see, these numbers here, these are Kodai Senga's excellent numbers, worth sharing to remind everyone what is coming to the team very, very soon. This man has 1.47 ERA, like I mentioned, 253 in his career, 1.17 career whip, and that's enough of a sample size, 245 innings, 281 Ks in those 245 innings, to be totally impressed and super excited for this guy to return, a true ace. Just wanted to remind you guys what we have been missing and what is coming back to the team soon. And along those lines as well here, these are Sean Manaea's career numbers, and pretty solid as well. 1.20 career whip for him. And of course, last year was his career year. But looking closer at his numbers here, he has had a couple of seasons where that whip was super duper impressive as well. 1.08 last year, but also looking even way back to 2018, he had the same exact matching whip of 1.08. So he's got that in him. He's got over 1,000, 1,100 innings in his career. Definitely a great veteran, great mojo, great vibes. Sean Manaea brings back to the rotation. So looking forward to him coming back to the team. He's poised to return. He's primed to return, as is Kodai Senga. And let's dive into some of the Winker updates as well. Here's per Anthony DeComo. Jesse Winker oblique could come off the IL and rejoin the Mets Tuesday in Baltimore. That is very exciting news. Mets fans must be very happy to see that. I'm sure we are very happy to see that. Definitely, there he is in all his glory. And we'll dive into some of the great Jesse Winker moments and memes and all the excitement surrounding him and what he brings to the table. Let's dive a little bit deeper into this Winker return. Jesse Winker has been sidelined since the beginning of May, but he finally appears ready to roll. The Mets' left-handed hitting slugger took the field in his potential final rehab appearance down in Syracuse on Sunday afternoon, and he looked back in form. It didn't take Winker very long to make his mark as he jumped on a first-pitch sweeper from Worcester right-hander Cooper Criswell in the bottom of the first and crushed it 410 feet for a no-doubt two-run home run. Carlos Mendoza said pregame that the Mets will see how he feels following the back-to-back contests, but there's a chance he could rejoin the team as they kick off a series Tuesday in Baltimore. Getting Winker back in the mix will be a huge boost for this offense. Prior to the injury, he was receiving the bulk of the DH at-bats against right-handed pitching, and that's John Flanagan of SNY. And it's definitely a huge upgrade to have Winker back in the lineup, and exciting to see that he's just about ready to return. And no disrespect to Beatty and Mauricio, who've had some nice moments with the team despite overall underwhelming numbers. One would much rather have Jesse Winker as that left-handed bat coming off the bench or starting, just another threat in the lineup. And the Mets are definitely prepared to have him back in the lineup, and I'm sure Mendoza is definitely looking forward to him returning to the team. I wanted to just get a little deeper into, or nostalgic even, about some of the great Jesse Winker moments, because with Winker, it is more than just about statistics with him. He is just a ball of energy, enthusiasm, confidence, swag, whatever word you want to use. So I wanted to share a little bit of a few great Jesse Winker moments, because he's already had quite a few very memorable moments with the Mets in his, albeit fairly brief, tenure with the team. There he is right there in all his glory, Mr. Winker. And his first career home run, or his first Mets home run, was a walk-off shot against Baltimore. I'm sure you guys remember that one, deep to left center field. Very, very memorable moment for Jesse. And, of course, the thumbs-up thing turned into sarcasm. It was first sarcastic in a road uniform, and now it's become an endearing thing. Just so many Jesse Winker memes and connections to the fan base and his teammates, and handshakes and expressions. The man is definitely a walking meme, and these are humans. These are not robots. Jesse Winker definitely brings a fun energy to the team, and I'm looking forward to that. It's definitely enjoyable to watch him on the broadcast. Jesse Winker is definitely a vibe. This is from Metsmerized Jesse Winker rocking the USA uniform the USA T-shirt on July 4th during his rehab stint in Syracuse. There he is hitting a grand slam last year against the Red Sox. I believe that was last year. Super cool moment for him. And this is, I think we all remember this one against the Phillies in the playoffs. This is iconic. If he was an all-time great Met, I'd say make a statue of this. Maybe we need a statue of this. Did the Mets do a bobblehead of this yet? This is definitely bobblehead worthy. If the Mets have not done it, the pose, watching the ball stay fair, the homer against the Phillies in the playoffs, such a memorable, amazing, great moment for him. And of course, the slamming of the helmet in excitement, not anger, not rage, but true excitement and intense ferocity that only Jesse can bring to the team. So definitely great things to see with these returns coming very soon to the Mets. Manaea, Senga, Winker, and even Brooks Raley coming back to give Mendoza another option out of the pen. Great to see that for sure. What do you guys think? Are the Mets primed to make a run even before the All-Star break, be back in first place? How many games will the Mets be ahead of the Phillies by the time the All-Star break hits? Will they be 2 games ahead? Will they be 3 games ahead? I'm definitely excited for all these games before the All-Star break, and then everyone gets a nice much-earned time off during the break. But definitely please subscribe, comment, let me know what you think about these impending returns to the Mets lineup. And let's talk soon, and let's go Mets.